Everyone, if you could think back to when you were younger or even a child, what would be the fondest memory of your grandparent that you would have? Now, those are probably good thoughts, but unfortunately, an 8-year-old in Nash County did not get to have these fond memories of her grandmother. And this is the case of Patricia Ricks. If you want to know more about this case, please continue watching.
You are watching Roll a Mile in My Shoes TV.
A few weeks ago, 72-year-old Patricia Ricks was arrested by authorities after they were notified at 4 p.m. after she brought her granddaughter to the ER with severe injuries that were noticed to be injuries when you would be beaten. And unfortunately, the 8-year-old was pronounced dead on the scene due to her injuries. Now, the 72-year-old grandmother, Patricia Ricks, had beat this poor child so bad that she had injuries about her head and her face and the rest of her body. And they were so severe, like I said before, they resulted in her death because she was pronounced dead on arrival at the emergency room. And to make matters worse, Patricia Ricks was this child's legal guardian, and she also had other children, I believe, which were her other siblings, living in the household with her. Now, I have to ask things like, I wonder how long had this child endured these beatings, because she had, severe injuries enough that caused her death, and she had been beaten basically all over her entire body. And was Patricia receiving some type of like child support payments, maybe, or something else, like as far as money from the state for caring for this child and the rest of the children? And why only single this one child out and beat her, until she passes away, unfortunately? And were there any other calls and notices of this, child being beaten? I have so many questions, but unfortunately, Ricks did not give any statement when police arrested her and charged her with this child's death. All that we know is that there were other siblings living in the home with Patricia Ricks and the 8-year-old. I do not know anything about the mother at this time because there was no other information given about the mother or how or why this 8-year-old ended up in the care of Patricia Ricks. And my thing is, even if the mother is probably, not fit to take care of the child and the other siblings that this child has, what made authorities or CPS feel like Patricia Ricks was capable of taking care of this child? Because, as we can see here, she obviously isn't or wasn't capable of doing so, because if she was, this child would still be alive and not dead. And my next question is, was this child enrolled in school? Did teachers or daycare workers, after school program officials, did anybody notice any of these bruises? Was the child, missing from the system for so many days? How did this happen? How did this child just fall through the cracks and was allowed to be beaten so bad that it resulted in her death? These are questions that I have. And what is going to happen to the other siblings that were living in the home with this child? Are they going to be placed into CPS, or are other family members going to take care of them now? I have a lot of questions. Did this lady, have like dementia, or what was it? Because I mean, let's face it, she's 72. So she had to have some type of mental capacity to take care of these kids. Now, whether she had mental health issues, whether she was just angry all the time, who knows? But those are some things to consider, because I don't think you just wake up one day and decide to start beating on your 8-year-old granddaughter. I don't think that that's how any of this works, or at least it's not how it's supposed to work. But as far as anything else with this case, I will try to keep searching for updates, and I will hopefully be able to give you guys some information sometime in the future. But if you guys like this video, please don't forget to leave me a like, and don't forget to leave me a comment down in the comment section below and let me know what you think of this case, or even your opinion on anything that you might find that I could cover extra on this case. And also leave me a comment of cases that you might like for me to cover, and anything else that you might see on any of these cases that I have covered. But until next time, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.